Good.
All right, hey, what's going on? So I'm gonna go over the tubing circuit for rotator cuff. This is, in totality, 6 different exercises. You can always pick and choose parts of these, especially depending on somebody's shoulder health. So we do this a lot as part of our injury prevention. So it'll show up in a lot of people's specific warm-ups. It might be a different exercise maybe at the end of a workout as well. Just kind of whatever fits the program itself. But again, 6 different exercises, rotator cuff, small muscles around the shoulder. Remember, the key with all of these is like the small movements can make a big difference. So these should be more technical than a lot of other exercises might need to be. So there's no specific order. They are in opposites, so I'm gonna prepare them up that way. So the first 2 are gonna be the elbow in, AKA adducted, if you wanna get fancy. But so elbow in, internal and external rotation. So most of these, I have the tubing set up roughly in the same area as my torso, so I can focus on a straight line. But so for the internal rotation, I just come out so there's enough. I can feel a little bit of tension, but nothing too heavy. I come in, so ideally there's a space here between the arm, like the elbow and the side. Holding it in too tight can squeeze the brachial plexus here a little bit, so keep a little bit of a space. Because of that, you'll see some people actually even put a fist there, or maybe hold a little like rolled up towel or something like that. I mean, again, I don't get too worried about stuff like that as long as I'm seeing that there. So the motion in general should be strictly rotating in and then coming back out to the range of motion. So again, the motion is very simple. The key is, again, we're working on the rotator cuff. Make sure we're just rotating. So it should just be a straight rotation in. The elbow angle remains the same. It's the same exact plane of motion, and the arm is not moving forward or backward. So again, the movement is very simple. What you'll see a lot is people either sliding the whole arm across, which changes the exercise, or people coming in and just doing something different with the arm. So you keep it very simple, rotate straight in and out, do both sides. Its opposite is the external rotation. This one's tougher. This one is one of those weird things where a lot of people should be doing these to make their shoulders healthier, but once their shoulders already banged up, for example, like micro tears in the labrum, you see that a lot in baseball players, for example. This exercise can actually end up making it worse because it's exacerbating it. So it's like what might be good as a prevention exercise may not necessarily be good at helping it just once it's already hurt. This is not medical advice, by the way, but still, keeping it steady. External rotation, again, same thing here. Don't squeeze too much for that brachial plexus, a little bit of room. Then just rotating straight out, so find where you get a good tension, straight out. Again, keep it just rotation. Don't turn it into a tricep exercise here, extending the elbow. Also, don't fight the urge to like whip it out almost like a back fist, moving your arm out. So keep it in place, just strictly rotate. So the next pair is gonna be same idea, but with the elbow up now. Again, if you want to be super specific, elbow abducted, that's AB. Again, I don't care, elbow up. So we have internal and external rotation. The front one coming here, it's pulling behind, straight line here, 90-degree angle, and just rotating straight downward, coming this way. Like all these, you're gonna keep hearing it, at least these first 4, strictly rotational. Fight the urge to be throwing it forward like a pitch. Don't do that. Also fight the urge to drop the elbow down. Instead, keep that in place, keep it beside you, don't have it here. This is a huge temptation for people, is to bring the elbow forward, keep it straight to the side, pull it straight down, do both sides. Then the other one, we'll do the opposite, pulling it back. Again, this is one of the more difficult ones. External rotation again. So elbow up, same exact thing. Flat lines now, but straight lines, pulling straight up. Again, straight out of the shoulder, not letting it drop down. Again, big temptation for people to do it wrong, and not letting the whole arm kind of come forward or treating it like a throw. Again, too many people want to treat these like exercises rather than strict movements. So again, the strict rotation back, first 2. Now the last 2 are the 2 that actually do have more extra motion, but you still want to be specific. For the last 2, ideally you want to come from a lower attachment point. You don't have to if you can't, but if you can, that's awesome. So come here. This is basically an X from the bottom. It's okay. Basically an X from the bottom, coming from the 2 opposite sides. So this one tends to have a specific name in a lot of places, wielding the sword. But so I'm coming from the across hip. I'm here. Arm is here steady. Keep a slight bend in your elbow. Pull diagonally while rotating the hand up. So we see I actually finish with my hand upwards. So here, down to up. It's that turning, and meanwhile keeping the arm relatively stiff as it goes. So I focus on the shoulder and rotate. And the other one is going to be the opposite. Same side hip now. Starts with the palm up. Again, keep the elbow in just a slightly bent, stiff position. And as you come diagonal, rotate it downwards. So you got a lot of people, especially on this one, want to turn it into almost like a bicep curl or a punch across. Diagonal, fairly stiff arm, rotate as it comes. So start hand up, finish palm down.